You must have completed some things by now on your own.
Yes, sir. First term, like whatever they taught in school, almost I completed.
Yeah, you have completed almost that you have been taught in the school. Okay.
Yes.
So we are learning P block elements. Okay. So we have completed most of the things, and the only things which are left in the first term is the P block elements, which we are doing now. And there is biomolecules, which is remaining from the first term. Okay. So we are now at P block elements, that is the group 15 element, in which I guess I have taken 2 or 3 classes. How many classes? Abir, Amalia, anyone? 3 or 4, no? 3 or 4 classes,
Yes,
in which
sir.
the first class is the most important, okay? The first class is most important. So you may, if you have read the book, the NCERT on your own, then you may get whatever I'm teaching from now. But if not, then you may have to refer it to the first lecture, or if you find it even then difficult, then you can ask Nishkar sir. You know Nishkar sir, right? Nazira?
Yes,
Nazira?
sir. Yes, sir.
So ask Nishkar sir, and then we can schedule a one-to-one lecture someday. If you have some difficulties and you want any lectures, that one-to-one lectures, then we can have that. Is
Okay,
that
sir.
fine?
Yes.
So we were reading nitrogen, oxides of nitrogen, and we were done with dinitrogen tetraoxide, na? Okay, how many are here but 5? Okay, I guess everyone is here. Abir, Ahmad, Amalia, Mariam, Nazira, Sania. Fatima is not here. Fatima is not here, and yeah, everyone is here. How is everyone? How is Mariam? How are you?
Yes, sir.
Did you
I'm good.
revise?
How are you?
Good. I'm also fine. Did you guys revise at least some things? No, no. Okay, I hope Nazira will revise everything which I teach. So last we studied about dinitrogen tetraoxide, right, everyone? Yes. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Dinitrogen tetraoxide. N2O4. We were done with N2O4. Okay.
Yes.
Now we'll talk about the last oxide of
And
nitrogen.
butyric oxide
Yeah, the sixth one, that is
and
dinitrogen.
butyric oxide.
No, no, yeah, I'm telling you after this. We are remaining with one oxide, that is dinitrogen pentaoxide.
Okay.
Dinitrogen pentaoxide. The formula will be N2O5. Okay, N2O5. This is one of those oxides which are general in formula. Oxides of group 15 make E2O3 or they make E2O5. Is also one more thing, Nazira. What subjects do you have?
Yes,
PCM or
sir.
PCB?
PCMC.
PCM and then computer science?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you are with Sania and Ahmed. Yes, I guess, na? Sania also has maths, no?
No, sir. I have biocomputer.
So you have bio and computer
Yes,
science.
she's with me. Like,
Ahmed
I
has
don't
maths and
have
computer.
bio. Yeah.
You have maths and computer. Okay. So you are in the same school from 11th standard or from lower standards, Nazira?
I'm from the same school from a long time.
For a long time. Okay. So dinitrogen pentaoxide. This is also called nitrogen 5 because its oxidation state here is 5 oxide. Okay, both the oxygen they have. What is the oxidation state of both the nitrogen? It is 5, nitrogen oxide. So first of all, we will look at the structure. So structure is very simple. Now, can somebody tell me what is the how many oxygens are there? There are 5 oxygens. That means it is odd. And if it is odd, and it is not what structure? It is not N2O3. That means it will have a AOA bond. Guys, have you written this now?
Yes, sir.
You all have written this AOA bond. That means it will be having nitrogen, oxygen, nitrogen bond. And how many remaining oxygens? 4, double bond O, then a dative bond here, a double bond O, and a dative bond O here. Okay. Now you may also be asked to resonating structure of N2O5. So the simple resonating structure that you will write N2O5 will be similar. So you have seen the double bond here. You can move the double bond. Okay, so you can move the double bond here. So this will be nitrogen. Now this will be single bond O, that is a dative bond, double bonded oxygen, O, N, then a double bond O, and then a dative bond oxygen here. Okay. One more question that has been asked is what is the covalence of N2O5? What is the covalence of N2O5? That means what is the covalency of nitrogen in N2O5? Okay. The meaning of this question is covalency of nitrogen in N2O5. That means how many bonds is nitrogen making? So how many bonds is the nitrogen making here?
4.
Yes. Both the nitrogens are making how many bonds? 4 bonds. Answer will be 4. So copy this. Both the
So
questions
what-
are there in your NCERT. There is one. Yes, Abir.
So what you wrote, the nitrogen bracket is what? Oxide.
5. That is the Roman letter 5. V. That is the oxidation state.
Okay, so
You have 2x plus minus 10. That is 5 into 2. There are 5 oxygens. Minus 2 for each oxygen and 5. This will be equal to 0 because there is no charge. This is the formula for calculating the oxidation state. So this will be 2x is equal to 10. So x will be equal to plus 5. This plus 5 I have written as nitrogen 5 oxide. Raise your hand when you are done, okay? Okay, Amalya and Ahmed are done. Sanya is done. Waiting for Abir, Mariam, Nazira. Fatima is not present today.
So who is that other learning view India?
And loudly.
So who is that other learning view India?
And how would I know?
Like he's a member, like you can kick him out if he's not.
No, it is fine. It is learning. Na? It is not some other students. I can only kick out those who are unauthorized to be present here. Yeah, bhai.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Fatima is coming now. Okay, let us wait, huh? Fatima will join. She will take a screenshot and then we can move. Yes, Fatima? Am I audible? Hello, Fatima.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please screenshot this. This is the first slide. Then we can move on, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Done? Okay, I hope she is done. Now let us move on to the MOP. What is MOP? That is method of preparation. Method of preparation. Method of preparation of what? N2O5. Method of preparation of N2O5. You also write this as MOP. Okay, this is for Nazira. So we have method of preparation. How we will. So this is also one of the method of preparation that you have to learn. Okay, I will give you a trick at the end. How you will remember this, but initially you have to remember this P4O10 plus 2HNO3. plus 2HNO3. When you react these two, it will give you N2O5 and 2 molecules of N2O5, okay, plus 4 molecules of HPO3. Is this balanced, Ahmed? Can you confirm, is this balanced?
So,
Everything is balanced now?
so what about the
Yes, what about?
oxygen? Like HNO3 have total 6 oxygen, right?
Okay,
that
so I have to do this 4. Now even the hydrogen, yeah, now it is fine.
Yes,
Now it is fine.
yes, sir.
Now, what you can see here is P4O10. What is the oxidation state of phosphorus in P4O10? 4x minus 20 is equal to 0, right? So x will be equal to 20 by 4, that is equal to 5. This phosphorus is also in plus 5 state. Now if you calculate the oxidation state of nitrogen here, nitrogen is how much? 3 to the 6 minus 1 plus 5. What is the oxidation state of nitrogen here? Plus 5. And HPO3, what is the oxidation state here also? Here also it is plus 5. Okay. So as you can see, all of them are in plus 5 oxidation state, and it is giving the nitrogen oxide in which there are 5 oxygen. Okay. So you can remember it like this. All the oxidation states are in plus 5, and the nitrogen oxide is of 5 oxygen. Okay. So try to remember in this way. All the oxidation state are plus 5, and the nitrogen oxide is also with 5 oxygen atoms. Okay. Copy this, then we will learn about some remarks and about also the amphoteric oxides. Nadira, you are from India or somewhere else?
Sri Lanka.
So you are from Sri Lanka. And what course or what field of study do you want to be in after 12th standard? Have you decided or you haven't decided?
Planning on data analysis.
You are focusing on data analysis?
Yes.
Data analysis or data scientist, you mean to say?
Yeah, but yes, but there is a small difference between both.
How? What is the difference in data analysis and data scientist?
I'm not sure, but then it's like the analyst just manages like the data something. But there is a minor difference, but I can't explain it.
Acha, okay, fine, no problem. If you get to know some, I mean, if you are able to explain it someday, please let me know. Okay. And guys, raise your hand. This is a small reaction. All of you are done. Raise your hand if you are done. Okay, just waiting for Nadira now. Should I say this out loud, Ahmed?
No. Like I was just saying.
So I hope you know the D block elements now. In D block elements, there is a group, okay, and in that group I have told you, and this is also a life lesson, right, Ahmed? There is a group in which you have to remember, that is, how do you remember this group? How do you remember this group in D block?
I don't like it.
You don't remember Mantakre. See, you will not. If you don't remember chemistry, you won't remember the life lessons. What it is? It is Mantakre. Okay, so not everything should come out of your heart to your mouth, है ना?
Yes, sir.
Some things to be. Okay, Nazira, do you understand Hindi or Urdu?
Yeah, I understand.
So you understand Hindi or Urdu? Okay, fine. So I guess only Amalya is someone who doesn't understand Hindi Urdu. Okay. So let us move on. Now this remarks regarding oxides. Okay. Now you will learn some remarks. These are very important. You can write it as remarks or note. Okay. So these are very important points. Okay. These are very important points. The first point is very easy. All oxides of non-metal are what? Acidic or basic?
Basic.
Acidic.
Why?
All oxides of non-metal
Metals
are
are
non-metal.
metals are basic, right?
Metals are basic. This is class 8. This is class 8 or even lower standard in that you have studied this. Okay. They are what? All oxides of
Acidic.
non-metal are acidic. Okay, whatever we have learned about the group 15 elements, acidic except NO, the lower oxides, NO, then you have N2O, or even the carbon monoxide, these are neutral. These are neutral. These are neither acidic nor basic. These are neutral. Okay, neutral oxides. This is one point. This is very easy. This is fine. After I have taught amphoteric oxide, and I will pose you a question, and that will be very easy for you to solve. My voice must have broken or lagged a bit, but it would be fine now. Is it fine now?
No, so it was fine.
It was
Yes, it's
fine. Okay.
fine.
Sometimes Zooms give me a, what do we say, that a message that
Red
your
signal.
interconnection is amphoteric oxide. What is amphoteric oxide? What does amphoteric means? What does amphoteric means? Amphoteric means that it can act as acid, or even it can act as base. Okay, it can act as acid or it can also act as base. So what are these amphoteric oxide? There are few amphoteric oxide, and those are zinc, beryllium, the oxides of zinc, beryllium, aluminium, gallium, tin. Then we have chromium, vanadium. What is Sb? What is Sp?
Antimony.
Yes.
Antimony.
And what is As? Antimony. What is As?
Arsenic. Arsenic.
Yeah, arsenic. And then we have Pb. Why I have written it like this? How you will remember. So the ones who are comfortable in Hindi, they will remember it like this. Do you understand the Hindi script? Or should I write it in English, the Roman script? I should write in Roman script, okay?
Hindi.
Janabe Ali. Okay? Janabe Ali. गाना सुना करे. जनाबे आली गाना सुना करे. वो सब आसमान के 3533 प्रभु. Okay, what is Janabe Ali? ZN. Then Janab, Be is BE, Ali is AL, Gana is GA, Suna is SN, CR, Kare is CR, Wo Sab, Wo is vanadium, SB, that is antimony, Wo Sab, Asman, AS, then 3553, that means start from here, chromium, plus 3, plus 5, then you have here plus 3, again for AS also plus 3, and K Prabhu is PB. Okay. Now for the English one, this is for the English one, all of you can write this. You know this guy? Or rather, he has some fancy name,
Yes,
not
sir.
ZN. And what should I write here?
Don't know.
Sorry, he is with someone else now nowadays. Who is she? Her name is? So I thought you would know about. I thought you would know about
Gigi.
Zain.
I know Zain, not the
Okay.
girl.
What? Let us see. Mariam.
Gigi Hadid.
Okay, he's with Gigi. Then her sister is Bella.
Yeah, her sister is Bella.
Okay, so you have got Bella. Okay.
Okay.
Zan Bella Singa. Okay, Zan Bella Singa. Now you have to learn this as it is. That is Pro V as sub 3533 pubs. Pro V as sub 3533 pubs. Okay, this is what plus 3 oxidation state of chromium plus 5 oxidation state of vanadium plus 3 oxidation state of arsenic and plus 3 oxidation state of antimony. The oxides in plus 3 states of what? Chromium, vanadium, arsenic and antimony, they will have amphoteric oxide, and this is what? This is Pb. Now when I have not written any oxidation state, that means all of the oxides will be what?
+1. No, I mean
Amphoteric. Yeah, they all will be amphoteric. Okay, so can you remember this? See, Bella is like BeAl, but you just have to BeLa. Okay, BeLa. So Zan Bella Singa, you have to learn this much as it is. Then Pro V as sub 3533 plus. Pro V as sub 3533 plus. If you revise this 3 times or 5 times, this will stick in your head. Now, if you revise this 3 or 5 times daily, and even after 1 month, you will be able to remember. Okay, you will need some help when you will remember after 1 month. But this is something that you have to remember. If you learn the amphoteric oxide, it will be very easy for you. Okay, so write these things that it is amphoteric.
What is
yes?
V?
Can you say it again?
What
It is vanadium 23, Sakti, Vikraman, Fecon, Ikusan, Scandium, Titanium, Vanadium. After that, chromium, group 3D series.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
PB is, what is PB?
PB.
What is PB?
I remember that, but I forgot it now.
Well, how can you remember something which you have forgotten? What is PB?
Lead, no?
Yes, it is lead. It is lead.
That's the answer for me.
It is lead. Okay, so these are the amphoteric oxide. Now also remember one more thing. The other amphoteric oxide, metals in +4 oxidation state. Metals in +4 oxidation state will be what? Amphoteric. Also, now few points more. Okay, now but metals in +1, +2, or even +3. All of these will be what? Are metals in +1, +2, +3 are what? Acidic. Acidic except amphoteric. Okay, for example, what? The zinc oxide, if I write ZNO, this will be what? You will say, sir, zinc oxide +2 oxidation state, it should be as no, except amphoteric, because it is amphoteric, hence it will be amphoteric. Otherwise, it would be what? For example, let us see +2 oxidation state. So manganese oxide. So that will be acidic. But if I have zinc or we have beryllium or aluminium in +2 oxidation state, they will be amphoteric. Okay. Metals in +4, metals in +1, +2, +3 are acidic except amphoteric. Now, also metals in +5, +6 or +7. Metals in these oxidation state will be
basic.
Okay, now wait a second. Metals in these oxidation state are basic because lower oxidation state, higher oxidation state will be acidic. Acidic except what? Amphoteric. Except amphoteric. Yeah. So metals are generally we have learned what metals are basic. Whatever we have learned, metal oxides are basic. But when metals are in +5, +6, +7 oxidation state, that means what? It can only gain electron, right? When it can only gain electron, that means it is showing what? Acidic character. It cannot oxidize more, so it is showing what? Acidic character. Okay. So copy these slides, and then when you will be asked the question about the oxides of group 15, you can easily answer. Copy all this. Raise your hand when you are done. This is Zan Bella Singa, Tovi as sub 3533 pubs. Now, if somebody wants to remember this, that is Janabe Ali गाना सुना करे, वो सब आसमान के 3533 प्रभु, वो सब आसमान के 3533 प्रभु, जनाबे आली गाना सुना करे वो सब आसमान के 3533 प्रभु.
So what is the first point? Metals in +4 oxidation state are basic, no, neutral.
They are amphoteric. Oxidation state are ampho.
So, but the Hindi proverb was not in order, right?
It is an order. I mean, there is no order. I mean, see,
Yeah,
this
Anyway.
one got it. No, the main order was here, so I have just flipped these two, and it doesn't matter because this is 3 3 only. The best mnemonic or the best trick to remember now is what you create by yourself. Okay, so but that will only come if you spend time with the material. If you are spending time with someone, whether it is a subject or whether it is a human, you will have a very good relationship. You will be very comfortable with them. Okay? So it applies everywhere. If you study, if you spend time with chemistry, you will be comfortable with chemistry. And no matter on how bad situation a person is, you can handle them now if you have a good relationship. So no bad how the question comes, you can handle chemistry if you have a good relationship. And if you are comfortable with them, that comfortness will only come if you spend time. If you spend time, then only the comfort will come. Okay. Yeah, yes, Ahmed is agreeing that if you make your own tricks, it would be best. Raise your hand when you're done. Nazira, did you learn this in NCERT? Yes, Nazira. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Did you learn this in NCERT?
Not that much.
NCERT is Samandar. You have, I mean, it says like 4 lines. That is why NCERT needs teachers. Now, NCERT is not a, you cannot learn NCERT by your own, on your own. You need a teacher to teach NCERT because they state in 4 lines and they expect the answers. That is the best example of they teach ABCD and they ask what? Alpha, beta, gamma. So that is best example for NCERT. That is why many people say that on the first reading of NCERT, you will get some points. On each new reading of NCERT, you will see that there are many things that you have not taken note of, and those are important things. So you will learn on each new readings of NCERT. And also, NCERT is such a book that it has theory inside the questions also. It has theory inside the questions also. If you see reactivity of oxygen, that is a small part in NCERT. It is very small. It is not even 1 page reactivity of oxygen. Reactivity with oxygen is not even 1 page. But they have stated this point that arsenic and antimony are amphoteric and those of bismuth are basic. Okay, so now for that important point, I have to teach all of these amphoteric oxides. Now you can easily answer. Ahmed and Amalia are done. Waiting for Abir, Fatima. Okay, many are not done. Okay, Mariam is done now.
So in the Hindi one for KE and Prabhu, there is any element?
No, K is nothing.
And from that, for that Prabhu, it is PB.
Yeah, it is PV for Prabhu. You're comfortable with Hindi one?
Yes, sir.
जनाबे आली गाना सुना करे वो सब आसमान के 3533 प्रभु 3533 प्रभु. How many are done? We're just waiting for Abir, I guess. Abir and Sania. Now, whatever
So they are
points we have seen here now, this will also help you very much in BF blocks. Now, in BF blocks, you will have the oxides of chromium, the oxides of manganese. You will start with CrO2, Cr2O7, Cr2O3, all of these oxides, and we will learn what are the amphoteric oxide, what is basic, what is acidic. Okay, so this whole slide, it will help you very much in BF block also. And obviously in group 16, 17, I mean, because we are learning the P block elements, this is the, also one thing I would like to say, there are almost 40 questions, okay, in NCERT, end text exercises, there are 40 questions, out of which, can somebody guess how many are from group 15?
Sir,
How many are?
if yes, then 25.
There are how many groups? There are 15, 16, 17, 18. How many groups? 4 groups. And how many questions? 40 questions. So the
Yes,
math,
sir.
it should be how much? It should be like 10 questions from 15, 10, 10, 10, 10. But group 15 has 15 questions.
sir.
Okay, so it is the single most important group, also because you are learning all the theory, all the concepts in the group 15, and you will be applying all those things in the group 16. Okay, now everyone is done. Now see how the questions become so easy. The question is, which of the followings are acidic, basic, and or amphoteric? Okay, the question is, which of the following are acidic, basic, or amphoteric? Okay, so the question is, you have the oxides of formula E2O3, so it will be N2O3. You will have P2O3. P2O3 can also be written as P4O6. Okay, it can be also written as P4 because it can diagram. Now you can also have AS2O3. You can also have what? SB2O3 and Di2O3. So you have these group 15 elements and their oxides, and you have to tell me which are acidic, which are basic, and which are amphoteric. Okay, so non-metals, see. First of all, let us see the oxidation state. Tell me the oxidation state here. What is the oxidation state here? All are in?
+1.
अरे भाई please can you calculate? अरे ऐसे मत करो यार, please calculate and tell me what is the oxidation state of everyone. See, all of you can write it like this, na, E2O3. So just find the oxidation state of E here, and you will be finding the oxidation state of all the elements. What is the oxidation state here? Tell me, fast, somebody. 2x. Nobody is doing now. I will wait. You guys are.
No, sir, doing
Tell me then, fast.
the one.
You should have done PhD in oxidation state, guys. 11th standard oxidation state. Only one element is present. That is oxygen. Array oxygen is
Yes.
-2. I am asking about this nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. What are the oxidation state of the central atoms?
+6
How much?
for nitrogen. And 2, it is +6.
Array N2 cannot be +6. Yes, Amalia is correct. That is 3. Why? Because 2x. Because there are 2 nitrogens. All the group 15 elements are 2. So that's why 2x plus. How many oxygen? Oxygen is 3. And what is the charge? -2. This will be equal to 0. So 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. So 2x is equal to 6. So x is equal to 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So all are in +3 states.
Yes, sir.
+3 and +3. Okay. So these two, nitrogen and phosphorus, what are these? These are non-metals. Non-metals, and they have what? +3 oxidation state. Okay, non-metals in +3 oxidation state. All oxides of non-metal are acidic, except NO, N2O, CO, and these are what? These are neutral oxide. So obviously all non-metals, this will be acidic. Easy, this will be acidic. Now we have these two, arsenic and antimony in +3 oxidation state. Can you see? Hello everyone,
Sure.
can you see +3 oxidation
Yes,
state?
yes,
Can you see
yes,
this?
yes, yes.
So this
Yes,
will be
sir.
amphoteric. Okay, next, metals in +3 oxidation state is what, Bismuth? Do you guys remember that we have told that these are what? Non-metals, these are metalloids, and this is metal.
Basic.
Metal in +3, it is metal in +3 is
Basic.
basic. Metals in +3 is basic. Yes, Amalia and Mariam both are correct. +3 oxidation state. Okay. You guys, did you get it? Now also
Yes.
write one more point here. Also write one more point here. All metalloids are acidic, except amphoteric. Except amphoteric. Okay, except amphoteric. Now next question is the oxidations oxides of E2O5. E2O5. So you have N2O5. You have P4O10. Okay, why P4O10? P2O5. P2O5 or P4O10, and you have AS2O5. You have SB2O5 and Bi2O5. So nitrogen, phosphorus, all of them are in what? +5 oxidation state. +5, +5, +5, +5, and +5. Okay. So nitrogen and oxygen, these are non-metals, so this will be obviously acidic. So you have to first of all do what? You have to classify the elements in 3 categories. That is non-metals, metalloid, and after that you have to consider metals. Okay, so after you have classified in these 3, then you can talk about. So non-metals, so all will be what? Acidic, except NO, N2O, and CO. So you have this N2O5 and nitrogen and phosphorus. These are non-metals, so this will be acidic. Now we have what? You have metalloids. Now when we have metalloids, we can have to see the amphoteric oxides list. So when we see amphoteric oxide list, we see that, okay, fine, arsenic and antimony both are present, but they are in +3 oxidation state, and here they are in what? Here they are in +5. If they are in +5, they will be what? Acidic. Yeah, they will be acidic because they are not amphoteric. Next we have what? This is metal. For metal, we have +5 oxidation state. So you see this line here, metal in +5, +6, +7 are acidic.
Yes, sir.
Easy peasy. Right, everyone, copy this fast. Let me know when you are done. First of all, classify. You have to also know the oxidation state. Then you must know this slide. This whole slide is very important. This whole slide is very important. If you know the previous slide, then you can easily comment about the acidic or basic or amphoteric nature of any oxides. Oxides, please remember oxides. हर जगह मत लगा दीजिएगा इसको. These are oxides, amphoteric oxides. So these things are so important. For example, if we want to extract nitrogen or extract phosphorus from these acidics, so we have to always react this N2O5 or P4O10, and we want to extract them. We have to react this with what? With some base. Then only we can get some reaction and extract them. So this is also used in metallurgy and in mining engineering. These oxides are very important, and most of the minerals, they are found in their oxides only. Oxides, sulfides. These are the most prominent ones. So that is why oxides is very important, and you have to know the nature of oxide, whether it is metal, non-metal, or metalloid, and then you have to see the. How many have raised hands? Okay, Mariam, Habir, and Amalia is done. Nazira is also done. Fatima is done. Sania is done. Waiting for Habir.
No, sir. The hand is from previous writing.
So you are right. Everyone is writing or what? Okay, Abir and Ahmed.
No, sir.
Ahmed, are you done? Ahmed is done. Raise your hand. Ahmed.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so just waiting for Abir now. Yes, all those who have written, did you understand this much? Oh, everyone is on mute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, guy. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
What about Nazira? New student. Did you
Yes,
understand these
sir.
two? Yes. Very
Yes.
good. Now we have learned that these are what? These are acidic. Now if N2O3 is acidic and also N2O5 is also acidic, okay. So we can compare the various oxides of nitrogen and we can compare their acidic strength. We can compare their acidic strength. So for acidic strength of non-metal oxide, yeah, everyone has raised hand. Yes, everyone has raised hand. Let me go over them first. And then we will learn about the acidic strength of non-metals. Acidic strength of non-metal oxides. Acidic strength of non-metal oxides. Acidic strength of non-metal oxides. Now, always remember when I said now base is, what is a good base? Base has high electron density. Base has high electron density. That means acid should be opposite. Okay, acid should be opposite. Acid should want something of high electron density to attack it. Now, if something is very negative, it has high electron density. And if it wants to attack something, it should have this species which is getting attacked should have a positive charge, a high positive charge. Okay, so from this concept we can conclude that the first step that you will see is oxidation state of non-metal. Oxidation state of non-metal. Now if the oxidation state of non-metal is high, if the oxidation state of non-metal is high, it means that its acidic strength will also be high. Why? Let us see this acidic strength. Okay, so what I'm saying, this is base and this is base is negative because base has high electron density. Now it can attack either a non-metal, this is a non-metal, and it has +2 oxidation state, and it has a non-metal, it has +5 oxidation state. As you can see, this if this is negative charge, if this is electron rich, it will obviously go towards what? It will attack the non-metal with high oxidation state. And if it is attacking here rather than the +2 oxidation state, that means this is more acidic, because what base will attack on acid only, no? This is more acidic, correct? So oxidation state of non-metal is directly proportional to the acidic strength. If the oxidation state is high, the acidic strength will also be high. Now what happens if the oxidation state is same in all of them? So you will go to the next step. Now next step is the size of non-metal. Okay? That is the size of non-metal. Now if the size of non-metal increases, their acidic strength decreases. If the size increases, what will happen? The acidic strength will decrease. It is inversely proportional to the acidic strength. Easy. So these are the 2 points only you have to see. The first step is what? This is step 1. The first step is, first of all, you will see the oxidation state. Now, if the oxidation state is same, then you will go to step 2. That is the size of non-metal. Okay. So now you have a question here. We put the question there, and then we can. You have compare the or rank. Better word would be rank the following oxides by their acidic strength. By their acidic strength. The first one is all the oxides are of oxides of nitrogen, N2O. Why I have not written NO? Why have I not written NO? Why? Because NO is a neutral one, and N2O is also a neutral one. See, we cannot compare the NO and N2O both. We have to write either one of them, NO or N2O, because if both are neutral, we cannot compare them. So N2O, then you have N2O3, then you have N2O4. After that, you have N2O5. N2O, N2O3, N2O4, N2O5. So start with the oxidation state. I want the oxidation state from everyone in the chat, please. We'll start with oxidation state. Just for example, if this is, just write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the oxidation state, separated by comma, and then for the next one. You don't have to write 1 ka itna hai, 2 is this much, 3 is this much, just separated by comma and tell me the oxidation state of the various nitrogen. Oxidation state of various nitrogen. You can separate it by comma, send one message. Don't send multiple message. Okay, I've got from Mariam. Yes, Ahmed is also correct. Nazira, are you having difficulty in calculating the oxidation state? Amalia is also correct. Ahmed, you have given me 5 answers.
I just remembered that there is no +2. Like I just went with the flow. Like ignore that first.
It is wrong.
No.
That is wrong. But you have given me 5 answers. There are only 4 molecules here.
Yeah. I said ignore the +2.
Okay, fine. Okay, then it is correct. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have got answers from Ahmed, Amalia, Mariam, Sania has given me 1 answer. What about Abir, Nazira?
Is that correct now?
Yeah, it is correct. Yes, Abir, are you having difficulty in calculating the oxidation state?
Yes, sir.
So, see, do you know the common oxidation state of some of the compounds? For example, the halogen. Halogens are represented by X. So the common oxidation state is -1 for them. Okay. Now, if you have oxygen, the common oxidation state for this is -2. Okay. Now, for example, you have hydrogen. The common oxidation state for hydrogen will be +1. Okay. If it is combining with non-metals, it will be +1. If it is combining with metal, but here we are seeing just non-metals, so it will be 1. Okay, +1. Now, what is this? Yeah, this much is fine. For oxygen, it is -2 common oxidation state. So I'm doing for N2O. Okay, Nazira and Abir. I guess Nazira is also having some difficulty here. We don't know the oxidation state of nitrogen, so we will keep the oxidation state of nitrogen as X. And how many nitrogens are there? There are 2 nitrogens, so 2X plus the oxidation state of oxygen is how much? -2. And only one oxygen is there. That is why I'm not multiplying it with anything else. Then I will equate it to 0. Why? Because there is no charge. So the basic idea about oxidation state is the all positive charge and all negative charge should be equal to the charge of the molecule. So all the positive charge will be coming from nitrogen because nitrogen is less electronegative than oxygen. All the negative charge will be coming from the oxygen because it is more electronegative, and they should add up to 0 because the complete charge on this molecule is 0. Now, can you calculate and tell me what is X? Yes, Abhi. It is 1. That is right. Nazira, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you tell me the oxidation state of second molecule here? Take your time, calculate it.
Sir, +3.
Yeah, it is correct, +3. What about this one?
+4.
Yeah, correct. What is about this one?
+5.
Yeah, +5. Okay. So see, this is easy. This is Asan. What we see, this is Asan. +1. This is plus 3. This is plus 4. This is plus 5. Now, what will be the acidic strength? See, the step 1. In this step 1, we have got the answer. We have got the answer now. So, this answer will be, is that correct?
Yes, so that is
Yes,
correct. But you said
Hmm.
this
What did I say? You
O4
have written some.
oxidation state 4 is amphoteric, right?
Where did I say that?
Previous page, I guess. Like they are neutral. Yeah, metals.
And
plus
nitrogen
4
is?
oxidation state are
Nitrogen is metal. Nitrogen is metal. Yes, Ahmed. Nitrogen is metal.
Yes, clear.
Nitrogen is metal? No, no, it is non-metal. Nitrogen is non-metal. There are C. अरे यार कितनी बार बताया? C. What are the nana particle Asteria sub BMR? Now, for ammonia, no place as sober Birmingham. See, these are metalloid. Above it will be non-metal. Below it will be metal. So you have to just identify the metalloids. These are most important. Metalloid. Above it, non-metal. Below it, metals. Easy.
Yes,
Easy.
clear.
Ah, very good. Okay. Now one more thing. One more question. One more. You have to compare the again. You have to compare the acidic strength between P4, O10 versus N2, O5. Compare it. This is A. This is B. First of all, check the oxidation state for both of the species. Then check the size.
So here it will be, I'll say.
No, chat.
Yes, sir.
If you are giving the oxidation state, write in the chat. Separate the oxidation state by a comma or a dot or any punctuation marks that you feel.
Yes, sir. Clear.
It is like a password. You have to have one uppercase, one lowercase, one digit, one special character. Yes, correct, Ahmed. Waiting for other answers. Yes, Fatima, it is correct. See, oxidation state we have now. What do we have? Do we have a tie here? What do you think, Abir? Yeah, Abir is also correct. What do you think, Nazira? I'm not getting any answers from Nazira. Nazira, you have not sent any answer in the chat. Oh my God, Nazira is a scientist. Alright, tell
Sorry,
me
sir.
first.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Ah,
There was an
it
accident.
is fine. It is fine. It is fine. Yeah, it is correct. A is equal to. I mean, that is the conclusion that we are looking for. Both are plus 5. Both are plus 5. So Nazira has. Now the Indians will understand. Nazira is advanced.
Oh.
Okay, so let us move on. A is equal to B. A is equal to B. Now what happens? A is equal to B. Nazira will answer. Yes, Nazira. So which is, we have to look at the next partner. Step 2. What is step 2? The size. Yes, Nazira. Fatima is okay. Yeah, Fatima. Okay, fine. I am seeing the previous answer. Fatima, I'm really sorry. Yes, Ahmed, that is correct. Nazira, tell me, whose size is big, phosphorus or nitrogen? Array Abir, same size. Oh my God. Should I commit suicide or what? Same size. Abir is saying same size. Abir, same size?
Sir, both are non-metal.
Array, both are non-metal. I'm asking about the size. You're telling me about the nitrogen is what? It is in second period. Okay, second period, that means what? It is having only 2 shells. Phosphorus is a 3p. It is having 3 shells. So which is larger in size? Phosphorus is larger in size. If phosphorus is larger in size and N2 is smaller, that means, see, size is inversely proportional to acidic strength. That means N2O5 will be acidic, more acidic than P4O10. Okay, both are what? Plus 5, but both are plus 5, but the size of nitrogen is smaller. That is why its acidic strength is higher. Did you guys get it? Yes, Nazira, did you get it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, very good. Copy this and raise your hand if you're done. I think you must have copied all this. Raise your hand if you're done. Okay, waiting for Abir. Ahmed, you are done, I guess. Yes, Ahmed.
Yes, sir, yes.
Raise hand, raise hand. Okay, just waiting for Abir now. Abir, you also
Yes.
copy these things, okay? Tell me, Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
Sir, that's a stupid question. And
What?
do you mind me asking what made you say that Nazira is advanced?
Who is asking?
I am asking.
You are asking. Nazira went one step ahead now. She said it was +5 and +5. But I mean, you all were saying +5, +5. But she was one step ahead. She was saying that there is a tie in step 1. Isn't that correct, Nazira? You are saying now that there is a tie in step 1.
Yes.
See,
So you mean the English over here?
what English?
Like,
Advanced is English only.
yeah.
Oh, you are thinking I am mocking Nazira. I am not mocking Nazira. Why I will mock the new student here? You are right, Nazira. A is equal to B. That means what? We have a tie in step 1 and we will go and look at the step 2. Abir, you are not done. Write fast. I am feeling very good after the vaccine, I guess. I am feeling very good after the vaccine. Okay. Now, please also remember that in your term 1 exam, all will be MCQs. Now, if all will be MCQs, now they can give you some very tricky question. They will say that there is a particular compound which reacts and form an oxide of nitrogen which is brown in color, then it further reacts. So they will give AB type of question, A compound, B compound, and they will give some property brown color or react with it or dimerize, and they will ask you what is A and what is B. So you also have to know the colors of oxides of nitrogen. Okay, write this point. You have, these are the oxides. First of all, you have to know the oxides. NO, then you have N2O, then you have NO2, then N2O3, N2O4, and N2O5. See, it is very easy to remember the color. The first two and last two are colorless. This is colorless. The last two is also colorless. Now, if you have stepped inside the laboratory, then you would know that NO2 is a brown gas. It is brown in color. It is brown in color, and it is also a gas. Okay, brown gas. N2O3 is blue, and it is solid. It's blue, and it is solid. Okay. So how you will remember this? There are two very famous songs. And they are of Punjabi in nature. I don't know whether other have.
Sir, blue eyes.
And for brown.
Brown Kudi.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you feel like. So you will remember oxides of nitrogen. Okay. So brown and blue. Oxides of nitrogen. Brown and blue. Oxides of nitrogen. Brown and blue. Now, one more thing that NCERT has directly asked a question regarding is the dimerization of NO2, right? We have seen that NO2 has a tendency to dimerize, and what does it form? It forms N2O4. And why does it dimerize the NO2? It dimerizes because it has odd electrons, right? Because it has odd electron. So NO2 has a tendency
To dimerize.
Yeah, has a tendency to There is a direct question in NCERT regarding this point. Okay, so please keep it. It's very important. It can be directly asked. Nitrogen has a tendency to dimerize because NO2 is an odd electron species. See, in each class, I would be saying at least 5 or 6 points, which would be referring back to the previous classes. Isn't that right? Odd electron species I have shown in N2, and which is the other compound which forms odd electron species? NO2 is an odd electron species, and the other one is nobody remembers, nobody reads really. NO,
Yes,
NO
sir, yes,
and N2. NO. Okay.
yes.
So this NO2 is an odd electron species. And what happens when it has odd electron species? As it contains odd number of electrons in valence shell. Odd number of electrons in valence shell, due to which it converts to stable N2O4 on cooling to N2O4 on cooling. What is the structure of N2O4? N2O4 has simple structure. You can make nitrogen with
Single
one electron
bond.
here, double bond O, single bond and oxygen. Then again one nitrogen here, double bond O and single bond oxygen. Now what will happen? These two will form a bond and dimerize. Simple. NO2, odd electron species, they dimerize to form, this is style, yeah? This is the style to write NO2, and then form a bond. Easy. Copy this first. Your oxides are done. Okay, all the oxides of all oxides of group 15, we have done oxides of group 15. Nitrogen's most importantly nitrogen. We have also learned about the amphoteric nature, basic and acidic nature, if there is a metal, metalloid or non-metal. And you have also learned about the colors of different oxides of nitrogen. Raise your hand when you are done. We will learn about the reaction with halides. Reactivity towards halogens to form halides of group 15. Halides of group 15. See how you will remember this. Brown Monday, look for blue eyes. So whenever you read this, keep this in your head. Whenever you see brown gas, blue solid, oh my god, there is one thing that Salim sir told us. What was that? Brown and blue. Brown and blue. Nazira, does the Bollywood culture has influence over Sri Lanka also?
Not that much.
Not that much. Okay. So you haven't heard these songs, I guess.
No.
No. Okay. What about Abir
No, sir.
in Bangladesh? Not much influence. Okay. So
I
I
did
guess
not hear. I did not hear.
so. You haven't heard. Okay. The others must have heard, no? Mariam, Ahmed,
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Sania. Okay. So Ahmed, you are done. Now raise your hand. Okay, just waiting for Mariam now. Mariam and Nazira.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nazara is also done. So your oxides are completed now. Now, if you have completed the oxides, and for example, this is the page where you have completed the oxides. Now, if you have just completed up till here, then write on the same page. But if you have completed at least half or somewhere near half, then write in the next page. Okay, write in the next page. Okay, everyone, right?
Yes, sir.
Reactivity towards halogen. New topic. Reactivity towards halogen. Reactivity towards halogen. Now, what will they form? They will form, or we can also say this topic is halides of group 15. Halides of group 15. So the first thing that you should remember is that the halides of group 15 are of two types. The halides can be a trihalide or they can be pentahalides. Okay, trihalides. So halide will have a single L or double L. Halides will have single L or double L.
Single L.
Single.
Single.
Pentahalides. Yeah, single. Trihalides and pentahalides. So first we will learn about the trihalides. When we have completed about the trihalides, then we will learn about the pentahalides. Then there are some inter-topics segments in which you have to compare some things about trihalides and pentahalides. Okay. So the first thing we will learn is the trihalides. Right. Case 1. First topic, that is trihalides. Now, what are the trihalides? Trihalides. The first point that you will write about trihalide is among the trihalides of, write with me, of nitrogen, only NF3 is stable. Only NF3 is stable due to strong extent of overlapping between 2p and formation of 2p bond and formation of 2p bond. Okay, so write this, and you also write that. Okay, fine, complete this slide, then we will learn about why this is stable, and what about the other halides. We have seen that NF3 is stable. That means 3, then we have NBr3 and we have Ni3. These all will be not very much stable, right? I mean, these two do not only exist, this is very explosive. So we'll learn about this. First, write this slide. Are you done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Is everyone done?
No, sir. Just a second.
Okay. Acha. Then raise your hand when you are done. So we understand this point, right? Nitrogen is also a molecule. Nitrogen is also an element from the second period. That is, it is having a 2p. Fluorine also with 2p. So the extent of overlapping between them will be very high. They are of similar size. When molecules are of elements are of similar size, they form strong bonds. Okay, just waiting for Amalya, Fatima, and Mariam now. Okay, Amalya and Fatima. Fatima, in Kerala, does it have? I mean, I know that the Malayali cinema is also very good and it is very tasteful. But does it have a Bollywood influence or Punjabi influence?
Not exactly Punjabi, but Brown Munde is famous, yeah.
Bollywood has some. Bollywood has some extent. Malayali movies are great, I would say. I mean, Bollywood doesn't even come near to the kind of movies they make. So everyone is done now. I changed the slide. Yeah, everyone is done. Okay, so first let me lower the hands because this will take a while. Here you have to understand. Okay, so whoever has not lowered, yeah, I have lowered everyone's hand now. We have these halides of nitrogen. The halides of nitrogen are NF3. We have NCl3, NBr3, and Ni3. So the first point only would have made a sense to you, like what would be the reason for the non-existent or the instability of different halide. We have said this, why it is stable, because it is forming 2p bond. As we can see that this is what, first of all, let me tell, these are this doesn't exist, okay, non-existent, doesn't exist. Because can you imagine a 2p bond, okay, with a molecule which is having 4p? So the extent of overlapping will be so small that it doesn't even form. Now NCl3, it forms, but it is very explosive. NF3 is stable. Now the questioner can give you a question, I mean, and you will think, sir, what type of question is this? I have never heard this type of question. What is this? See how the questioner once asked this question. It said that NF3 is an exothermic molecule. It's an exothermic compound, but NCl3 is an endothermic compound. Questioner asked, why? How can we answer this from the above information? See, in NF3, what happens in NF3? What is the bond? The bond is between nitrogen and fluorine. The NF bond, the N single bond F, the N single bond F bond strength, N single bond F bond strength is greater than F single bond F. Okay, so when F single bond F is of lower bond length, or it is lower bond strength, it is having less bond strength than NF, then what will happen? We won't have to give it energy, right? This will be easily broken, and when it is formed, it will give out energy. That is why it is what? It is exothermic. It is exothermic. The amount of energy given to break this down is lower than the amount of energy released by the forming of a bond. That is why it is what? It is exothermic. Okay, NF bond strength is greater than FF bond strength.
So can you repeat that again?
Yes. See, we have FF, okay, and we have NF. That means if we break this bond, we have to give some energy, and when we form NF, there is some energy which is released. So when we break this FF bond, we have to give a small amount of energy, but the energy released is higher. Why? Because this bond strength is higher. You understand now? Whenever bond is formed, energy is released. First principles, class 11th. Attraction releases energy. Correct? So whenever attraction, what is a bond? Chemical bond is attraction between two elements. Right, Ahmed?
Yes, sir.
Anna? So FF bond strength is lower than NF bond strength. So when we break the FF bond, we have to give small amount of energy, but when it is released, it is higher amount of energy is released. So hence it is exothermic than FF bond strength. Whereas in what happens in NCl3? Whereas in NCl3, the N single bond chlorine bond strength. Now you can write with me. Now it will just follow the vice versa statement. The NCl bond strength is weaker than the chlorine single bond chlorine bond strength. And hence, what do we say? Hence, energy is to be given for the formation of NCl3, for the formation of NCl3. Because this NCl bond strength is low, so the amount of energy which is given to break the Cl-Cl bond is very high, and the amount of energy which is released from NCl is very low. So at the end we have to give energy to compensate. We have to give energy to compensate. Okay, so write this line. But energy is released on the formation of NF3. Raise your hand when you are done, everyone. Okay, Sanya and Amalya are done. Okay, just waiting for Abir now. Did everyone understand this point, this question? Now, can you see this coming in assertion and reason?
Yes, sir.
Anna, you can easily see that this can come in assertion and reason. Most of the question I think will be from assertion and reason. Now, assertion and reason is also one type of MCQ only. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, now just waiting for Abir. Abir, raise your hand whenever you are done. Okay. Okay, fine. Abir is also done. Now you have to learn about the hydrolysis of different type of halogens. Okay, different type of halides of group 15. So for hydrolysis, you have to first know the conditions for hydrolysis, and then you can state anything about the hydrolysis. Okay. Now you can even this hydrolysis statement. Now when I'm teaching the conditions for hydrolysis, this will be applicable in overall P block elements. So first write conditions for hydrolysis. There are only two conditions for hydrolysis. The number one condition for hydrolysis is that one bonded atom should have a vacant P or vacant D. One bonded atom should have vacant P or vacant D. One bonded atom should have vacant P or vacant D. One bonded atom should have vacant P or vacant D. Okay, so from here we can say that NF3. See, this nitrogen is also 2p completely filled. Fluorine is also 2p completely filled. All both of them has 8 electrons. So their p orbital is not vacant. That is why NF3 does not give hydrolysis. NF3 does not give hydrolysis. So now this can also come in assertion is why does NF3 does not give hydrolysis? Okay, then they will be giving you some reasons. The second point is what? Less steric hindrance or less steric crowding around central atom. Now both of these are important. We will be only applying the first rule here. We will not be applying the second rule. The second rule will be applied in the group 16 element, that is sulfur. SF6. See, SF6 is completely crowded and hence it does not give anything on hydrolysis. Okay, so these 2 points are very important. Now when you have learned about the conditions for hydrolysis, one question can come easily. That is, question is NF3 is not hydrolyzed, whereas NCl3 is hydrolyzed. Okay, NCl3 is hydrolyzed. So what will be the answer? See again, vacant P or vacant D. Now you understand why I have taught my vacant D. From where does vacant D start? From where does vacant D start?
Third period.
Can somebody tell me?
Third period.
Yes, third period and onwards vacant D. Okay, third period and onwards. Yeah, third period and onwards we start with the third shell, and third shell, that means it will be having the D substance. Does everyone understand here? Can I get a yes sir from everyone? Otherwise it is no use of
Yes,
teaching the rest
sir.
part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Amal. Okay, I'm getting some.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Fatima.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, okay, fine. So after 3. So nitrogen is what? Second period. Fluorine is also what? Second period. So that is why it will not get hydrolyzed. So the answer will be due to absence of vacant D. Due to absence of vacant D orbitals in nitrogen and fluorine both, right? None of them has the vacant D. NF3 cannot accommodate the electrons. Electrons given by what? Cannot accommodate the electrons given by water. Cannot accommodate electrons given by water. Now, but what will happen in NCl3? But in NCl3, now which of them has 3d orbital vacant D? Nitrogen, so 2p. Fluorine is from 3d. Fluorine. So fluorine is 2p. Fluorine is 3p. So as soon as it is third period, it will be having a vacant D. So, but in NCl3, fluorine has vacant D. Fluorine has what? Fluorine has vacant D, and hence it can accommodate electron given by water. Okay, so first write this, then we will learn about how to make the products of hydrolysis. Okay, so this was the conditions for hydrolysis. Now still you don't know what are the products that will be formed. Okay, so first of all write the product here. Okay, NCl3 plus H2O will give you HClO. HClO plus NH3 plus NH3. So this will be 3H2O. 3H2O. Hydrogens are now how much? This will be 2NH3 now. Balance it later, okay? Balance it later. First write this. We will balance it. We will write this again. Balance it then.
Sir, in the second point, it will be less steric crowding around the central atom.
Atom, yeah, atom. I have used atom. Yes, thank you. Central atom. Can be 3 and H2O can be, no, it is balanced. It was a 6, 3 hydrogen, 3 hydrogen, 6. Yeah, it is balanced. Raise your hand when you are done. Ahmed is also done. Sorry, no one is done. Abir, you are done.
Yes, sir, done.
Yes, sir, I am done. You just remove my hand.
Yeah, you also removed my hand.
Raise hand. Okay, Mariam is also done. We're just waiting for Amalia now. Okay, Amalia is also done. So now we will learn about the how did I make this product. Okay, how did I make this product? So products of hydrolysis. Products on hydrolysis. Okay. So now whenever you have a non-metal central atom, okay, non-metal central atom. Central atom is what? Non-metal, as it was the case in NCl3. What is nitrogen? Nitrogen is a non-metal. So H2 attacked where? H2 attacked on the chlorine. So you can see in NCl, nitrogen is more electronegative, that is why delta negative here. Chlorine is less electronegative than nitrogen, that is why it will be delta positive. Okay. Nazira, do you remember? Do you know the electronegativity series? Nazira?
Yes,
Electronegativity.
I forgot.
Okay, see, I'm writing a series down and you will remember it, okay? Electronegativity. You are comfortable with Urdu Hindi, na? So it will be fine. Fatima is on. See. 4, 1. See, you will remember this as phone, this as kal, this as Bihari, this as ishq, this as pyar hai. See, it is very easy. Phone kal Bihari. What is this? Ishq is pyar. Ishq pyar hai. Phone kal Bihari. Ishq pyar. Can you remember this, Nazira?
Yes.
Easy.
Yes.
What is the electronegativity? See, fluorine is the highest, then oxygen, then nitrogen, then chlorine, then Br. Then see, these are equivalent. Okay, then carbon is greater than phosphorus, and phosphorus are and hydrogen are equivalent, but we say that phosphorus is higher. Okay, so can you write this as I am explaining? Now I can say that nitrogen is more electronegative than chlorine. That is why nitrogen will be delta positive, fluorine will be delta negative. Oxygen has lone pair electrons. That is why it will attack on the chlorine. Now what will we get if it attacks on the chlorine? If it attacks on the chlorine, we will get an oxy acid. Oxy acid contains non-metal plus oxygen plus hydrogen. Okay. In NCERT, you can also see that as oxo acid or oxy acid, non-metal, oxygen plus hydrogen. So what can we get if we attack H2O with NCl3? We will get HClO. HClO. Now what is similar here? Now chlorine is -1, and chlorine is here not -1. If non-metal is attacked, then it will be -1. You will get what? HClO. What is attacking here? As you can see, OH is attacking, right? OH is attacking, and you are getting HClO. You're getting HClO. So this is how you form the product. So we can write this now. So the first thing that you have to see what? The first thing that we have to see is whether the central atom is a metal or a non-metal. For non-metal, these are only cases for non-metals. We are not learning metals, so we won't be considering metals now. If the central atom is non-metal, the H2O molecule will attack the positive side that is less electronegative side of the molecule to form an oxy acid. Next point, if the H2O molecule, the H2O attacks on the central atom, what is Ca? The central atom, the oxy acid form will be of same oxidation state as the reactant. That means as a reactant non-metal molecule. Okay, as a reactant. So for example, you have PCl3. Let me write the examples in some different color. Yeah, for example, PCl3. And I reacted this with H2O. So what is the which is more electronegative here? Chlorine is more electronegative. What is positive side? Phosphorus is positive, and chlorine is negative side, right? As you can see here, phosphorus comes way behind chlorine. Phosphorus comes way behind chlorine. So H2O will attack on the phosphorus molecule, and you will get H3PO3. As you can see here, it is also +3, and phosphorus here it is also +3. And what you will get? You will get plus HCl. You will get HCl. Now, if it attacks PCl5 plus H2O, now this is here what? This is +5 oxidation state. So you will also get here H3PO4. If you calculate the oxidation state, it will be +5 here. Now again, you will get here HCl. You will get HCl here. Write these two. Also, Nazira and those who don't remember the electronegativity series, they can write this down. Raise your hand when you are done. See again, these things, partial hydrolysis, this will also come in the next subsequent groups. Okay. These important rules, remember and read this every day. If you read this every day, then you can remember it and then you can easily apply on group 16, 17, 18. Please don't leave anything for some holidays or something. If you are leaving something for holidays, please contact your classmate by the name of Mariam. She is experienced. She has done PhD. Right, Mariam? What happens when you leave something for holidays? Is that correct, Mariam?
Yes.
Yes, Mariam. What happens when you leave something for holidays?
You never do it.
I don't know what she said. I could not hear it.
And she was like, you never do it.
See, I cannot hear anything now. You guys are speaking very slowly. Just 15.
Esther, she was like, you never do it.
You never do it. So don't leave anything for holidays, not even weekends. If you have something in your schedule as daily, if there is something which is daily there, even if it is 15 minutes, that thing you can do. I mean, this is very small time. Okay, you can do for 15 minutes. Okay, and if you don't know, there is also a hadith from the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He said that Allah loves those deeds which are done. You don't remember, which are done on a regular basis. Okay, which are done on a regular basis. For example, if you are fasting on Mondays, then fast on Mondays only. You don't do this. You fast if you have the ability to fast one day, so just fast on Mondays. Okay, I mean, I'm talking about the Nawafil. Don't fast on only on Mondays in Ramadan. Okay, you have to fast the whole Ramadan, not only on Mondays on Ramadan. Yes, everyone, done or not done?
Yes, I'm done.
So raise your hand. Okay, everyone is done. Okay, everyone is done. See, this is about the products on hydrolysis. This is about the products on hydrolysis. But
So you
sometimes
said
you,
balance, that's right.
yes, tell me.
Balancing.
You want to balance this now? Can I write, if I write 3 here, everything is, I guess it is 3 HCl, and I have to write here 5 HCl, correct?
Yeah. And then
And
H3.
for H2O, I have to balance. I can write here 3 H2O. If it is it balanced now?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it is
No,
balanced.
no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
6.
okay, yeah.
6, we are balanced. Yeah, here.
Here
How
is
much is your direct?
5,
Here is 5 plus 3, 8 now.
8, so 4.
4. 4.
4. It is balanced. Oxygen is also 4. Okay. So I mean, I am not teaching the balancing here. It is because just it is hit and trial method. Okay, hit and trial. I will teach you balancing that iski topi uske sir, but it is not here. These are easy balancing. You can do this only by hit and trial. Now sometimes you will be seeing, and it is very important to learn this also. It's very important. If you have PCl5 and you have H2O, and they are saying that, and here they have written partial hydrolysis. Partial hydrolysis. Now, when partial hydrolysis is there, you will form POCl3. Now, this is the reaction that you have to remember: POCl3 plus 2HCl. POCl3 plus 2HCl. Now, similarly, if you have PCl5 plus D2O. What is D2O? Deuterium. It is hydrogen isotope deuterium. It is also known as heavy water. Learn these two reactions with them. Now here it is complete hydrolysis. D2O also goes partial hydrolysis without even giving partial hydrolysis. Okay, so the products will be same: POCl3 plus 2 DCl, not HCl, DCl. So remember these two equation
So
as a chunk. Now tell me what is?
What is D?
What is D?
Yeah.
Can somebody tell him what is D?
No one knows.
No one knows. Isotopes of hydrogen. There is hydrogen. There is deuterium. There is tritium.
Yes,
You
yes,
guys know this, na? Hydrogen, deuterium, tritium.
yes, sir. Like
That is D. And for tritium, it is T.
Sir, in both the reactions, it will take place with
No.
partial hydrolysis.
No. D2O, if you have D2O, you will write this reaction. Even if it is complete hydrolysis, for D2O, it is POCl3 plus DCl. Right, POCl3.
Okay, sir.
Now, two more things, and then I will be done with this class, okay? Just two more things, basic character and bond angles. Both of the things you know. Then tomorrow we will learn about the pentahalides, okay? Just in your mind, start thinking about those things. That is basic character and bond angle. How do we compare the basic character? What is the main point? What is the bond angle? I have made one complete slide for bond angle. There are step 1, step 2, then here we divide it, okay? Bond angle and basic character. Are you guys done, everyone? Please just tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
done. Everyone? Yes. Abir is done.
Yes, sir.
Ahmed is done.
yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So I can move now. Somebody has sent me a chat. Sanya is saying yes. Okay, thank you very much. Now, basic character. Tell me the order. Basic character. Basic character of trihalide. Basic character of trihalide. So we will compare the nitrogen ones only. Okay, we will compare the nitrogen ones only.
Okay.
Now let us compare nitrogen ones. If, for example, I compare NF3, NCl3, and for example, if I made NBr3 and I made Ni3, okay, these doesn't exist, but if I made it, then tell me what will be the basic character of trihalides. How can you compare this? So basic character is directly proportional to what? Directly proportional to? See your notes and tell me.
Size?
See your notes and tell me. We have done with the hydrides, na? We have done the basic character of hydrides. So go there in the notes and tell me basicity, basic character is directly proportional to? Amalya, Mariam, please don't be lazy. See your notes. Basic character, you have to go to hydrides. Don't go to oxides, okay? Hydrides, way back. And then basic character.
Chemical properties of group 15.
A bit louder, Ahmed, please.
I'm near, like, I'm seeing the page. This reactivity with hydrogen.
Reactivity with hydrogen, and after that, we have
Basic
learned
characters.
basic character. So basic character.
Yeah.
The first thing is basic character, na?
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the order?
All hydrides of group 15 are basic in nature due to the presence of non-bonding electron at central atom.
So what I have said, basicity is directly proportional to what?
Size?
Arey yaar, size.
No.
No.
This
I have given you a long statement regarding the basicity of NH3. Due to smaller size, comma.
Electron density.
Yeah, so basicity, first of all, what you will see, electron density.
Yes, sir.
Okay, electron density. So see nitrogen is same here. So we have to compare. We have to compare fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. So electron density when we are seeing, so see this fluorine is what? Highly electronegative. Now when it is highly electronegative, it will be pulling the electrons from nitrogen. It will be making it less.
Stable.
The electron density will be less electron density, because it is pulling the electrons. If it is pulling the electrons, the electron density will decrease. Is that right, everyone? Can I get a yes sir, no sir from everyone? If the
Yes.
electronegativity is high, the electron density will decrease from nitrogen.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking others. I'm not getting any answers. Sanya is saying yes sir. What about Fatima? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we increase the electron density, electronegativity of the surrounding atom, the electron density from the central atom will decrease, and hence what will happen if I compare this? Which is the most electronegative? Fluorine is most electronegative, so it will be pulling the most. The least electronegative here is iodine. So the order will be like this, and you will write, since fluorine is highly electronegative, it will decrease the electron density at nitrogen, making it less basic. Okay, so this is about your basic character. Okay, this is about your basic character. The next point is regarding the bond angle. Okay, so for bond angle, what we will see about the phosphorus. Okay, yeah, bond pair and lone pair. So PF3, then you have PCl3, then you have PBr3, and after that you have PI3. Okay, you have PI3. So when we see about the bond pair, and we will see the lone pair. So bond pair is how many surrounding atoms? See, Nazira, bond pairs. See, so these are the terms that I use. Bond pairs, just see the surrounding atoms. Okay, so there are two types of atoms. See, phosphorus, it is central atom. Okay, it is central atom. The fluorine here, it is what? It is surrounding atom. Okay, so central atom is shown as Ca, surrounding atoms can be shown as Sa. Whenever I ask about the bond pairs, you will tell me how many surrounding atoms. Okay, so Nazira, you will tell me how many. Ahmed, can you please turn your mic off? Ahmed is muted. Nazira, can you tell me how many bonded pairs in PF3? Just tell me how many surrounding atoms are there in PF3.
3.
Yeah, 3. In PCl3?
3.
3. Can you be please a bit louder?
Yes.
I'm not very. Yeah. And PBr3?
It's 3.
It's 3. And PI3?
It's 3.
Yeah, it is 3. Okay, can you tell me the lone pairs in PF3? In phosphorus, the lone pairs, can you tell me that?
1.
Yeah, very good. That is 1. In PCl3?
1.
1. In PBr3, it is 1, and PI3 is also 1. So all of them we got as 4. Okay. Now this is the first step for comparing the bond angle. Now, if all of them are same, then what we have to see either the central atom, the electronegativity of central atom, or the electronegativity of the surrounding atom. Since the central atom is same here, what we will see? The electronegativity of surrounding atom. So bond angle is, tell me, directly proportional or inversely proportional to electronegativity of surrounding atom? See your notes, that one slide in which we have the bond angle.
Inverse.
Tell me.
1/5.
1 by electronegativity of surrounding atom, not 1 by size. Electronegativity of surrounding
Yes,
atom.
sir.
Yeah, electronegativity of surrounding atom. That means if the electronegativity is high, the electronegativity of surrounding atom is high, the bond angle will be low. So see, fluorine has high electronegativity, it will be the lowest bond angle, then PCl3, then PbR3, then Pi3. Okay, guys, everyone, copy this slide and you are done. Copy this slide and you are done. Write the slide, let me know when you are done by raising the hand. Nazira, do you know the schedule of your classes?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what is the schedule?
Um,
Tell me the days first.
Yes.
What days?
Sunday and Thursday is chemistry.
Thursday, no.
No,
Wednesday.
not Thursday. Wednesday. Sorry, sir.
Timing?
Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m.
Yeah, 1 to 3 p.m. That is Bahrain time.
Yes.
1 to 3 p.m. Bahrain time. Okay, Ahmed is done. So Ahmed, can you please turn on to the first page of today? The first page of today's class, today's lecture, first page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you see? What is the topic?
So,
What is the topic? Loud.
and dinitrogen pentoxide.
Yes, dinitrogen. Okay. So those who have completed, write it fast, write this thing fast, raise your hand fast. This is important. Bond angle is inversely proportional to the electronegativity of surrounding atom. Okay. Everyone is done. We're waiting for just Nazira now. Okay. Yeah. And also waiting for Mariam now. So we started with, see, please turn to the first page of today's class. The first page of today's class. Okay. So please turn it. We first studied the dinitrogen pentaoxide. It is also known as nitrogen 5 oxide. And the most important thing is the method of preparation. So what is the method of preparation? The line that you have to remember is that all have oxidation state is equal to 5, and what we are forming is a nitrogen oxide with 5 oxygen. Nitrogen oxide with 5 oxygen, and all the oxidation state is also 5. The next thing that we learned is the remarks or the note and important points regarding the oxides of non-metals and in general and specifically some of the conclusions for the nitrogen oxide. Okay. So first thing that we learned is that all the non-metals are what? All the non-metals are acidic. All non-metal oxide are acidic, and except we named a few, that is NO, N2O, and carbon monoxide. Nitrogen, dinitrogen oxide, nitrogen oxide, dinitrogen oxide, and then carbon monoxide. Then we learned about the amphoteric oxide. For amphoteric oxide, you have to remember two things. Either you remember Zan Bella, Singa Crovi as sub 3533 pups. As sub 3533 pups. Or you can remember Janabe Ali, गाना सुना करे वो सब आसमान के 3533 प्रभु. Okay, so one of those things. Now what is 3533 means? So for chromium, vanadium, arsenic, and antimony, you have +3, +5, +3, and +3. These oxidation state, these are what? These are amphoteric. Okay, so next thing that we learned is the metal in oxidation state in +4. What? Metal in +4. See your notes. Metal in +4 is what? Metal in +4 is, yeah, it is amphoteric. Metal in +4 is amphoteric. Now tell me. Yeah, metal in +1, +2, +3. Nazira, metal in +1, +2, +3 is what? Acidic or basic?
Basic.
It is what? It is
Basic.
basic. Now if the metal is in +5, +6 or +7, it will be acidic or basic.
Acidic.
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 Yeah, it will be acidic. It will be acidic. Okay. Now also one more concluding point was that about the metalloids. So all the metalloids are what? Acidic. All metalloids are acidic except if amphoteric. If it is amphoteric, then it is not acidic. It will be amphoteric. But if it is not amphoteric, it will be acidic. Okay, it will be acidic. The most important point that you have to remember is S2As2O5 and Sb2O5. Both of these are what? Both of these are acidic. Now next we learned about the acidic strength of non-metal. So the first step was what? Oxidation state of non-metal. Oxidation state of non-metal. Abir, it is directly proportional or inversely proportional to the acidic strength?
So directly proportional to acidic
Yes.
strength.
Now if it is now oxidation state, it's same. So the step 2 will be
Size
step
of
two-
non-metal.
yeah. So size of non-metal is directly proportional or inversely proportional?
Inversely proportional to 1 by
Yeah, inversely proportional to
acidic strength.
acidic strength. That means if size increases, acidic strength decreases, and we saw that in N2O. No, sorry, about the size we saw in P4O10 and N2O5. So this +5 oxidation state, here nitrogen was more acidic. The next thing that we learned about was the colors of different oxides of nitrogen. So I said that the first two are colorless, the last two are colorless. Then we saw that then there is brown and blue. And there is brown and blue. So don't remember it like that. Don't remember and say that N2O colorless, NO colorless, NO. It is not like madrasa. Okay. So remember the concept like this. The first two are colorless. The last two are colorless. The remaining two are brown and blue. Now, because you will be learning about and you can now place NO, N2O, N2O3, N2O,
No, sir.
and
You can.
NO2.
NO2
Get NO2,
and
N2O3,
yes, sir.
N2O4, and N2O5. Okay. So remember it like this. You know that there should be how much? There should be at least 6. So even if you do a mistake, just like here, I forgot one thing. So you can just take a break there. You know that N2O5 is the last one. Okay. By acidic strength, we have seen acidic strength. Now, next thing that we learned about was the tendency to dimerize, and we have seen how it dimerizes. Then we learned about the trihalides. In trihalides, we learned that NF3 is stable because of 2p2p. NCl3 is not stable, and that is why it is what? It is endothermic, and this is NF3 is what? It is exothermic. It is endothermic and it is exothermic. Then we learned about the conditions for hydrolysis. The first conditions is that vacant.
Vacant.
Okay, vacant orbital. Any one of the bonded atoms should have vacant orbital. The next condition is that steric crowding should be less. Steric crowding should be less. So from the vacant orbital, you can get a question between NF3 is not hydrolyzed, NCl3 is hydrolyzed. Why it is hydrolyzed? NF3 does not have any vacant orbital, and in NCl3, Cl3 has vacant d orbital. That is why it gets hydrolyzed. Then the next thing that we learned was the products of hydrolysis. So the products of hydrolysis, these were the 2 points. The first point was that it will attack on the positive side because H2O has what? It has lone pair and it attacks on the positive side. Now, if it attacks on the non-metal, on the central atom, that is the non-metal here. So if it attacks on the central atom, it will be having an oxy acid. And what is an oxy acid? Oxy acid has non-metal, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay. We will learn about oxy acid in the next class. Okay. After we learned about the pentahalides. So these were the points. Now, basic character